Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Looking across the tropics, things still pretty quiet. You look across the Gulf of Mexico down into the Caribbean, still seeing some pretty large areas of the higher wind shear across the central southern Gulf of Mexico, stretching through the Florida Straits over towards the Bahamas. Still seeing some pretty strong northeasterly wind shear. Then right through the middle of the Caribbean, you can see some pretty strong wind shear as well. You see a couple of tropical waves which are working their way towards the west, but notice there's just no weather associated with either one of those waves. Further out into the Atlantic, we are seeing some lighter wind shear starting to appear across a good section of the Atlantic. But the thing is, you're just not seeing any significant tropical waves associated with these areas of lighter wind shear. There's still some pretty dry air in place. So at this point, just not seeing anything coming along over the next, say, 5 days or so. There you see a lot of that dry air still sitting across parts of the Atlantic. The GFS model is showing this ridge that's been pushed down to the south and has been giving us that southwesterly flow over Florida. That's going to be changing as we get into next week. It lifts back to the north. That's going to allow more of that southeasterly flow across much of the Atlantic and pushing over us. And also, it's indicating maybe a little bit more moisture to work with across parts of the western Caribbean. So really long range at this point, but we're going to be watching across the Caribbean as we get into the middle and the second half of next week. But at this point, things are quiet, and we'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.